Developers all over the world are quite worried about their jobs. There is a common prevalent fear that artificial intelligence, and especially the generative AI, is going to replace all of the developers very soon. I think that that might not be the case. Yes, the job roles will change. The way we are developing and coding and programming is definitely going to change. But all this generative AI, large language models, LLMs are not really going to put developers, or should I say, the good developers out of their job. So, in order to be remain relevant and pertinent to the industry, and in order to keep your job, I think we need to evolve and we need to learn and take these LLMs as the support technologies instead of some sort of threat. In this video, I'm going to show you few ways I believe that this AI is going to change the programming. First and foremost, we as a developers can use the large language models as a code documenter. We could feed it the description of the software architecture based on maybe a virtual chat or maybe a Confluence document or some stuff, and they would read our code, use that Confluence document or chat as a between developers as a context, and then we'll generate a formal documentation with the diagrams and everything. Then the developers could also use these large language models to break down a huge code base, maybe a legacy code base, into smaller manageable chunks for us to manage. That could be used for so many purposes, for code uplift, for understanding the code, for debugging the code, or for even code phase out. We can also use LLMs to debug the code, and I think this is one of the most sought after area these days. There are a lot and lot of tools, or should I say, coding companions available from everyone these days which you can use. There are a lot of VS Code extensions. There are a lot of cloud tooling available. For example, AWS offers this Code Whisperer, and there are a lot and lot of other tools which you can use even online to get your code debugged. Also, there is another use case where LLM could read the entire code and then propose optimization in the code, and then the coders are going to implement and debug these optimizations proposed by the LLM. So this could be logical troubleshooting too, because more often than not, whenever we optimize the code, it introduces new bugs which are very hard to find. So in this case, LLM could not only optimize the code but would also debug it to make sure what it is optimizing error free. Next thing is code testing. This is one of the most manual jobs. So the testers would be executing the test scenarios with the help of these LLMs, and then LLM will find the issues and the developers will fix it. Now, LLM should also going to take care of this whole code life cycle from commit to deployment and then phasing out. And also, we should be able to take help from LLMs from moving from one version to another. For example, if you take the example of Python, every few months they just release a new version. So we could just hand this over to LLM who would upgrade from version to version, and if there are some things which needs to be changed in the code to remain compatible with the latest version, LLM will change it automatically. That will free up a lot of developer time, and that will also secure the code as it will remove the vulnerabilities. So there are a lot of things which are on the horizon from these coding companions, and all of this generative AI in terms of coding. I feel very excited. What about you? I'm very keen to hear your thoughts. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.